Today, we are accustomed to different fields of scientists focusing solely on their respective areas. Astrophysicists explore the cosmos, mathematicians study the relationships between numbers, chemists analyze the structures of substances and their reactions, and so on. However, the term science itself was only coined in the 19th century. Before that, scholars who studied the rules of the world referred to themselves as natural philosophers. Since separate branches of science had not yet emerged, natural philosophers had a broad scope, investigating everything from the laws of physics and astronomy to alchemy. In the 17th century, many advancements occurred. In the field of astronomy, a revolution took place with the introduction of a fundamental tool, the telescope. With it, new discoveries were made revealing the uneven surface of the moon, multiple moons around Jupiter, and much more. These findings overturned earlier beliefs about our universe. The famous physicist Isaac Newton also lived during this time. Towards the end of the century, he wrote about mathematical theories, laws of motion, and gravity. While the story of an apple falling on his head inspiring his theory of gravity is a myth, Newton's contribution to the advancement of science was significant. A few years after the publication of Newton's famous work, it was already being taught in Tartu University. In the field of medicine, the 17th century still drew inspiration from ancient Greek philosophers and medieval medical practices. However, significant progress was made in the universities. Scientific dissections became more common, aiding in a better understanding of the functionality of the human body. Olaf Rudbeck, a professor at Uppsala University, discovered the lymphatic system, which regulates fluid levels in the body. Elsewhere in the world, blood circulation was discovered, the first blood transfusions were performed, a cure for scurvy, a disease affecting mostly commoners and sailors, was found, and much more. One disease that still had no cure was the plague. Most doctors believed the plague was in fact incurable, and the only option was to pray for one's health. Yet, not all doctors shared this belief. Some tried to treat the plague and other epidemic diseases. They walked in quarantine streets wearing eerie bird-shaped masks and attempted the impossible. These distinctive masks worn by plague doctors were prevalent mainly in the 17th and 18th centuries. Fragrant herbs were placed inside the beaks. Miasma, or the poisonous smell causing diseases, was believed to be the source of epidemics. It was thought that if the foul smell of the plague could be suppressed by something else, one would not fall ill. The more questions people asked about our world, the more answers they found. Advancements in rationality, human rights, and science laid the foundation for a revolution in the thinking of European scholars. The Age of Enlightenment had begun.